Yo minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japan YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about how to fill the preliminary application form towards MEXT 2026 scholarship application for master and doctoral degree courses. So over the last few days we have been discussing a lot about the MEXT 2026 scholarship, and I have received many comments from you in those videos, and out of in those comments I have tried to respond to each of your queries, and I hope I have been able to satisfy you as much as I could to the best of my knowledge. And recently I received few requests that I should create a video in which I should fill up the preliminary application form. So as a response to that request, this video I have prepared. So let's see how to fill up the preliminary application form of MEXT 2026 scholarship for research, that is for master and doctoral courses. So this is the application form. Preliminary application for the Japanese government MEXT scholarship research students 2026. Read the instructions carefully before proceeding to fill out the form. Application submission is by email at scholarship-india@nd.mofa.go.jp in MS Word format only, and the file size should not exceed 1 MB. Any other format or sending by other medium may lead to rejection of the application. So there was one question sent to me by one of our subscribers, that whether to submit the application by email or by normal mail. So here you get the answer, that only email applications are invited. The second instruction is the application screening will be based on the information below and the research plan. If your field of study and or research plan are blank, then your application will not be processed. This rule applies to master's courses as well. So this instruction is self-explanatory. You have understood what it means. If your research plan exceeds 2 pages, you may add another 1 or 2 pages. Very clear. The fourth instruction is the guidelines on the embassy's webpage are for reference and information until the first screening. Documents mentioned in the guidelines will be required only for shortlisted candidates who will be called for written tests and interviews. Therefore, please do not attach or insert any other documents mentioned in the guidelines in this preliminary application. So you don't have to attach any mark sheet, any degree certificate, any experience, nothing needs to be attached in this preliminary application. If you are screened and if you pass this first screening, then only they will request you additional documents from you. So you will receive email from the MEXT board regarding the next step, which is currently not mentioned anywhere. We expect you to be able to fill out the form to the best of your understanding. Avoid contacting the embassy unnecessarily for insignificant matters. So this point is very, very important, because I have been seeing that over the last few days, some of you have been asking very, very simple and silly questions, which should be avoided, because after all, you are going to become research students, right? So it is expected that you have some kind of common sense towards filling up this form, because this form is one of the simplest application forms I have ever seen in my life. There is nothing actually in this form. So even after that, if you keep asking small questions, then for me it's okay. I can answer all your questions. But if you carry on with this habit, in future you will be in trouble, because in Japan they will, if you get selected for this scholarship and if you ask such petty things to your professor, then he might get offended, he may become angry if you keep asking small things to him. So this is the right time that you start understanding the things by yourself. The sixth instruction is, in principle, the university preference you furnished here must remain the same. So the last part of this application form, there is space where you have to write the universities, the graduate school, and the names of professors. So you cannot change those entries afterwards. Changes will not be allowed in future. Therefore, thorough research on Japanese professors or universities is advised before filling out the information. Please note that there is no need to contact the Japanese professors at this stage. So although you have to fill those items, but you should not contact any professor at this stage. So then how will you do that? You will research on their website. So for example, you go to the University of Tokyo website, then you select the appropriate graduate school according to your discipline, and then you look at the list of the professors there, and with for every professor there will be written his areas of interest in research. So then you see which area matches with the interest of yours, and in that way you can select the professors. So that is the only way you can select professors at this stage. And if the photograph is missing, the application will not be processed. So these are the 7 instructions to fill out this form. So now let's move on to the form. The first field is field of study. So I have written here O, electronics and communications engineering. So now you might be wondering why this O and from where has it come. So as you can see here, they have written, please refer to the field of study column in Embassy's webpage and choose one from the 20 field of studies. If the field of study is not from the list, the application may get disqualified. So now let's go to the Embassy's webpage and see what are those. So this is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. Here I will select the Embassy India, Embassy of Japan, because I am doing this for India. Education, study in Japan, Japanese government scholarships, research student. So you can see here fields of study. So here from A to T, these 20 fields are mentioned. So you have to select one of these fields of study. You cannot select something which is not there in this list. So even if your field of study in bachelor degree is not exactly one of these, but similar to that, then you select the closest resemblance field. For example, my bachelor degree field was electronics and telecommunication engineering. So here I can see electronics and communications engineering. So this will be my field, and see, this is O. So that's why I have written on the form O, electronics and communications engineering. So in that way you can select your field and write it here. Course applied, master. So here before I deleted that doctoral, so master slash doctoral was written, and they have written choose one and delete the remaining. So that's the reason why I have deleted the doctoral. So course applied is master. Name, you write your name. Date of birth, 1st January 2003. And next is age as on April 1, 2026. So this is very important. This field is very important because there is always some confusion in calculating the age in number of years. So what you should do, you go to this website, age calculator. The website is called age calculator, and the URL is www.calculator.net/age-calculator.html. So this is the website, and this is a reliable age calculator. So here you can just type in your drop down, from the drop down, your date of birth. Suppose this is January 1st 2003, suppose, and the age at the date of 2026 they have asked. So let's go back to the form. So they have asked April 1, 2026. So April 1, 2026, and then calculate. So see, it is 23 years, 3 months, 0 days. That means we have to write 23 years in the age section. So this will be 23 years. So you don't have to write the number of months, although if you write then it's also fine. So 23 years 3 months, this is the age. So I repeat, so you have to go to this website calculator.net/age-calculator.html, and you can find your age as on 1st of April 2026. Current address, do not omit city name. So just write down your full postal address including the PIN code. Then contact number, write only one. If it is more than one, mention it as alternative number. So I have put only one number. You can write another number as well, but as they have mentioned, write within bracket alternate. Email ID, write only one. So very important field, because they will be communicating with you in future over email only. So if you type your email address incorrectly, then you will be at a great loss, because they will be sending you email on that address and it will not get delivered and your application will get rejected. And the last field in this first section is the insert a passport size photograph here. The file size should not exceed 20 KB. So mind that. So you have to reduce the size of the file in any photo editor, and you have to save it in a reduced size format and then simply insert the photograph here in this place. So if you find any difficulty in inserting the photograph, consult someone who is well uh, who is an expert in this MS Word documentation. So able to uh, he will be able to help you out. So better if you go to the photocopy shops or the some printing shops, they generally do all these things, so they will be able to help you out. So take help from that photocopy shop or printing shop. They keep doing all these things. So then comes the next section, educational qualification. The first was the basic details. The second section is the educational qualification. So 10th grade, and you have to write school, board, college, university, along with name of the institution and place and city. Year of passing, percentage only. So 10th grade, Kendriya Vidyalaya Jamshedpur, then slash board, which is CBSE, and then the place Jamshedpur, India. Year of passing is 2020, percentage only 89.9. 12th grade is also from the same school and same board, year of passing, the grade. Then bachelor degree, please specify. So here you cannot leave it like this, so you have to specify. So you have to write Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Telecommunication. Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Telecommunication. You have to specify it. Then National Institute of Technology, NIT Warangal, Warangal, India. Year of passing is 2026. So that means you are not yet passed out. So you are in the third year currently, or you are entering the fourth year. So you have to write the percentage until the last received result. So 78.7 percentage, within bracket you can write until sixth semester. So here you can also write out of 8 semesters, so that they know that there are 8 semesters and you are at the 7th semester now. So one more year to go. And as per the instructions, 30th September, by 30th September 2026, you must have the final result. Otherwise, your scholarship will get cancelled. So since I have assumed that you are applying for master degree course, so master degree will be not applicable here. PhD will be not applicable. Any other national exam like NET, GATE, GPAT, etc. that you might have appeared in, so you can write it here. So GATE score 93.47 percentile. I have written my score. So you can write your score as applicable if you have appeared in GATE score. So GATE exam you can appear anytime, even during the final year of your engineering also you can apply. You can sit in the GATE exam. So you can write the percentile if you have. Relevant certificate must be pasted at the end of this form, and keep in mind the size of the whole document. So even though you have to paste this gate score certificate at the end of this form, but the size of the entire document cannot exceed 1 MB. So that you have to keep in mind. So you have to reduce the size of that screenshot if required. Two very important instructions out here. Those who have CGPA score must convert grade into percentage according to the respective university's formula or guidelines. So you cannot do that on your own. You have to give evidence. Even if you do that, you have to give an evidence of the formula or the guidelines that your university has applied, so that they are convinced that, because this is very important, because 70% is the threshold. Below 70% they will not consider any application. So if your score is in CGPA or in a grade level, then you must have an official channel of your university who will provide you your score in percentage. If you are currently pursuing a course, then write marks until your last semester or year. So this we have already discussed when we wrote this 78.7% until 6th semester out of 8 semesters. So this is all about the educational qualifications. I hope this is clear now. Employment record, please begin with your current job and add rows if required. So this is most likely not applicable to you because you are still doing the master degree. Just in case, sorry, if you are doing the bachelor degree, but in case you have already passed out of the bachelor course and you are working somewhere, then you can write the name of the organization here. For example, Reliance Communications Limited, Mumbai. Period of employment, if you have been working for 2 years, you can write 2 years, and you can write the start and end date, maybe 1st Jan 2024 till date or something like that, 2023, something like that. Position, you can write graduate engineer trainee or some maintenance O&M engineer or something like that. And the type of work you can specify: operation and maintenance of LTE or 5G mobile network, something like that. And in the reverse order, if you have more than one experience, you can write the older one in the second line, and just like that you can just keep. But for this particular scenario that we have used, so we are assuming that you are in the 7th semester, so this will not be applicable. So let me delete it out. Only mention full-time jobs. Research assistant, internships, etc. will not be counted as employment record. So do not fill in with unnecessary information like internships, you have done some industrial trainings or something. Don't fill all those things. Only if you are getting full salary out of that job and it's a full-time job, then only mention. Otherwise, do not mention any other irrelevant things. Please mention if you have qualified any of the following along with the respective score and year of qualifying. First is the English test, TOEFL and IELTS, and second is the GRE, the graduate record exam. So IELTS, TOEFL, although it's not important because MEXT is itself going to take your English test. So just in case, if you perform badly in the MEXT English test, but you have the IELTS score available with you, then still they may consider it. But if you have not appeared in either TOEFL or IELTS, then if you perform badly in the next English test, then you will not get the scholarship. Your application, you will get rejected. So this is the importance of this IELTS or TOEFL test, that this gives you a cushion of the English coverage. So you can write if you have appeared in IELTS and anything, and you can put this score here. You don't have to provide any evidence at this stage. List of awards, certificates, medals, if any. So state level award, national level award, international level award. So do not write petty things here. Do not write any simple ordinary things that you have achieved in the school or something. Don't write those. If it is a state level award or a national level award or an international level award, then only you can write. So one example is secured all India rank 458 in National Science Olympiad in 2022. So this is a national level achievement which you can write it down. So this is just an example. It may be different in your case. Publication details in the given format. So again, since you are in the bachelor degree course, so these may not be relevant for you. This is mainly for the doctoral students, but still, if you have ever published any article related to research or reviewed any technical book or chapter and got that published in a journal, then you can give the details. Title of the publication, the name of the journal in which you have published, then the authors, because there may be multiple authors in that paper along with you. So you have to write the names of all the authors as they appear in the publication and in the same order. If your name appears in the second place, then you have to put your name in the second place here as well. You cannot put your name in the first place. Year, volume, and page number of that publication, DOI number or direct link to the web page. So this is the publication directory. So this you have to provide, and this is the mandatory information. So this is to make sure that you are not giving any false information here. Impact factor, if any, only Clarivate Analytics impact factor. So this is again a specific term related to this publication. So you can just ignore that. And the publisher, who has published your paper. Master thesis details will not be applicable for you because you are in the graduate course and you are only applying for the master degree course. So this is not needed. This is for the doctoral students. So doctoral students will not need this support of filling up the application form because they know it very well how to do that. So I will simply skip this one. And this completes the first part of the application form. Now the second part and the most important part. This is the more important part. Field of study and research plan. So it begins with name, surname first, then given name, then middle name. Nationality you have to write, and then read these instructions very carefully. Guide for creating a field of study and research plan sheet. First instruction, as this sheet is one of the most important references for selection and university placement, outline your field of study and specify your research theme and plan in line with following items 1 and 2. If plagiarism or fraud is discovered after selection, the selection will be cancelled retroactively. So very, very important. You cannot copy something from the internet or from any other source without giving proper reference. If you don't give reference and copy something from somewhere, it will be treated as plagiarism. And in today's AI world, it's not difficult to catch you. So beware of that. This sheet must be typewritten or written in block letters. So either you have to type it out in the Word document, which will be generally the case because you have to submit the soft copy through email. And another option is to print this form out and then handwrite. So if you write it using pen, then you have to write everything in block letters. If possible, please write in Japanese. So this is not mandatory. If you know Japanese, then you can write, but most likely you don't know. So you can just ignore that. You can write in English. This sheet must be created within 2 pages. Additional materials may be attached if necessary. Both a single side and dual side printing will be acceptable. So try to cover your research plan within these 2 pages as they have mentioned. So additional materials like the list of references or bibliography, such kind of things you can add an additional page. So the first field is past and present field of study. So here in the instruction, as you can see, they have mentioned about following items 1 and 2. So these are the items 1 and 2. One is the past and present field of study, and second is the research theme and plan in Japan. So past and present field of study, you can write past field, science stream in high school, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, English, and present field is Bachelor of Engineering BE in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. So this covers the answer to this first part, past and present field of study. Then the most important one, research theme and research plan in Japan. Describe articulately the research theme and plan you wish to carry out in Japan. Specify particularly the ultimate goals of your research in Japan. So your description should include what they have asked for and what they are looking for. So first one, the sub point is research theme. So here there is a very small little space provided. So you have to write, and as per feedback I have received from some of the successful candidates, you have to write in 2-3 sentences only. So see how I have written, or I would have written had I applied for this research theme: a novel digital signal processing algorithm for advanced and more accurate seismic event prediction. So friends, as I have mentioned in one of my previous videos on research theme and research plan, that you must select an area which is of high importance and high value to Japan. So one of that is seismology, that is science of earthquakes, because Japan is an earthquake prone country, tsunami prone country, and they keep suffering from that. So any research towards that will gain importance, will gain value, and your chances of getting this scholarship will be high. So since my field is electronics and telecommunication engineering, I cannot select any topic which is directly related to earthquakes, because that will be part of geology and geoscience. But still I can do something, I can somehow relate my research to that. And this is one way, this is one example that I am giving you. A novel, the novel means new, a new digital signal processing algorithm which I am going to propose for an advanced and more accurate seismic event prediction, that is, which predicts earthquakes. So now this is the title, and then you can write 2-3 sentences on this theme. This research theme focuses on the development of a new digital signal processing algorithm towards the processing of seismic data collected from various regions of Japan. See, I have made it specific to Japan. So this is what they might be looking for, that how is your research related to Japan? How is your research going to benefit Japan? So you can be from any branch, you can be electrical engineer, you can be mechanical engineer. Try to select a topic which interests Japan, because that is the purpose of this scholarship. Had you been going there on your own expense, then it's okay to select any topic. But since this scholarship is sponsored by the Japanese government, so they are expecting that you do something about Japan. Anyways, this research theme focuses on the development of a new digital signal processing algorithm towards the processing of seismic data collected from various regions of Japan to suppress noise, enhance signals, and migrate seismic events to the appropriate location in the subsurface. Further, I have written the proposed algorithm incorporates processing steps that include deconvolution, velocity analysis, normal dip move out, static correction, and stacking and migration. So this completes the research theme. So this is a, a short and crisp and clear indication of what I intend to do in my research. So this is the research theme. Then comes the research plan. So this is a full one page is provided here. So you can write, you can now expand this theme and write it down, and you can break it up into smaller paragraphs. For example, first will be the problem statement, then you give the thesis or the research statement that you are going to do, and then you can provide a short methodology like how you are going to perform this research. So if I take this example, then in the methodology I have to write how I'm going to develop this new algorithm. So what tool I will be using, what model I will be using, what computer language I will be using, what kind of technique like the artificial intelligence or the data modeling or for whatever I intend to use, that I have to outline that. And along with that, you can provide if your research will require funding, in the sense if you have to travel to different parts of Japan to collect data, then that you have to mention so that they understand what will be the cost of that research. So try to minimize the cost, because wherever there is cost, there will be some kind of opposition kind of. So a good research is one that involves lesser cost. So unless your research is of high value, no one will be willing to sponsor that additional cost. So try to minimize, keep that to a minimum level. So, and finally, the outcomes of your research and how the research work is going to benefit Japan or in the world in general. So the outcome of your research should be explained very, very clearly, which is very important. So this is the research plan. And once you have written that, the final one is the placement preference application form, preliminary application form. So preference, first choice, second choice, third choice, you have to fill up three choices where you have to fill up name of university, name of graduate school, and name of professor. So you visit the website of University of Tokyo. The graduate school is Graduate School of Engineering, and under that there is Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Systems. So this is the closest department according to my discipline. My discipline is Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, but there is no such department there. But there is a Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Systems. So my discipline will fall under this department of Graduate School of Engineering. And there I saw there is Professor Hideki Matsura, who performs research, who conducts research in the area of digital signal processing. So since my research theme is also related to digital signal processing, so I have selected Professor Matsura. And similarly, I have to select two more universities, two more graduate schools, and two more professors belonging to that graduate school and the university. So you can do this kind of research over internet. Just go to the universities of Japan and find this information out for your respective disciplines. So that's it. So this is all you have to do. So this is a very, very simple form, and I hope this video has helped you to find your to get this form filled. And once you are done, just send it across to this email ID, which is mentioned on the instructions, scholarship-india@nd.mofa.go.gp. And beware, this video is only for the Indian students, for the students who will be applying or the applicants who will be applying from India. For other countries, please visit this website mofa.go.jp /about/emp_cons/mofaserve.html, where you will get the list of the countries where there is Embassy of Japan, and you can select the respective embassy under your country, and you can follow the same thing that I have done for India, and you can find out your own country's details. So that's it for now. How to fill preliminary application form for MEXT 2026 scholarship application for research study, master and doctoral courses without making any mistakes in the application. And I hope this has been useful. So if you are not yet a subscriber of this channel, please support this channel by subscribing. Saral Japani, learn about Japan and Japanese, youtube.com/@saraljapani. So till we meet again, thank you so much for watching this video. Mata imasho. Arigato gozaimasu.